Hello students, we are going to learn water harvesting and its types. The importance of water harvesting is the rainwater harvesting in its broadest sense is a technology used for collecting and storing rainwater for human use from rooftops, land surfaces or rock catchments using simple techniques such as jars and pots as well as engineered टेक्निक्स. काही वर्षापासून पावसाचे प्रमाण कमी झाल्यामुळे सर्वांना दुष्काळास सामोरे जावे लागत आहे. त्यामुळे पाण्याची साठवणूक करणे आवश्यक आहे. पाण्याच्या पुनर्भरणासाठी कामाचे उद्दिष्ट असते की पावसाच्या पाण्याला अडवून जमिनीमध्ये मुरवणे आणि त्याचबरोबर सुपीक माती वाहू जाऊ न देता जमिनीची धूप थांबवणे. हे साध्य करण्यासाठी पाणलोटाचे वेगवेगळे तंत्र वापरण्यात येतात. Let's see water harvesting and its types. Water harvesting techniques are based on three basic points. First one is the sources of water available, second one is the required storage duration, and third one is the intended use of harvested water. Then classification of water harvesting technique. First one is the roof harvesting, second one is the runoff harvesting, and third one is the flood water harvesting. Runoff harvesting again classified as short-term storage and long-term storage. Then roof water harvesting. This technique is applied mainly for the domestic purposes. जमिनीखालील पाण्याची पातळी वाढवण्याचा उत्तम उपाय म्हणजे रूफ वॉटर हार्वेस्टिंग. म्हणजे छतावरील पाणी पाईप वापरून एका टाकीत जमा करायचे. हेच पाणी विहिरीत अथवा बोरवेल पुनर्भरणासाठी बागेला व इतर स्वच्छतेच्या कामासाठी वापरण्यात येते. Then runoff harvesting, in which short-term runoff harvesting technique in that contour bunds. This method involves the construction of bunds on the contour of the catchment area as shown in figure. These bunds hold the flowing surface runoff in the area located between two adjacent bunds. The height of contour bund generally ranges from 0.30 to 1.0 meter and length from 10 to few hundred meters. The side slope of the bund determines the storage capacity of its upstream area. जेव्हा पाऊस पडतो तेव्हा आपल्या शेतात पडलेले पावसाचे पाणी उताराच्या दिशेने वाहून जातं आणि हे पाणी नुसते एकटं वाहून जात नाही तर स्वतःबरोबर शेतातील सुपीक मातीही वाहून घेऊन जातं. तर आपल्या शेतातून बाहेर वाहून जाणारं आपलं हक्काचं पाणी आणि सुपीक माती आपल्या शेतातल्या शेतात करण्यात येणारा एक पाणलोट उपाय म्हणजे कंटूर बांध. नेक्स्ट द सेमीसर्क्युलर हुक, अर्धवर्तुळाकार बांध. This type of structure consists of an earthen embankment constructed in the shape of semicircular as shown in figure. The rows of semicircular hoops are arranged in staggered form so that the overflowing water from the upper row can be easily interrupted by the lower row. The height of the hoop is kept from 0.1 to 0.5 meter and radius varies from 5 to 30 meter. Such type of structure is mostly used for irrigation of grasses, fodder, shrubs, trees. Trapezoidal bunds म्हणजे असा चौकोनाकृती बांध ज्याच्या कोणत्याही दोन बाजू समांतर नसतात त्याला ट्रॅपेझॉइडल बांध म्हणतात. These bunds also consist of an earthen embankment constructed in the shape of trapezoids as shown in figure. In this system of water harvesting, the rows of bunds are also arranged in staggered form to intercept the overflow of water from the adjacent upstream areas. The layout of trapezoidal bund is the same as the semicircular hoop, but they usually cover a larger area as shown in figure. The height of the bund ranges from 0.30 to 0.60 meter and width across 40 to 160 centimeter. The trapezoidal bund technique is suitable for the areas where rainfall intensity is too high and causes large surface flow to damage the contour bunds. Graded bunds. Graded bunds are also referred as contour bunds. They consist of earthen or stone embankments and are constructed on a land with a slope range of 0.5 to 2%. The excess intercepted or harvested water is diverted to the next field through a channel ranges. The height of graded bund ranges from 0.3 to 0.6 meter. काही वेळा शेताला एका बाजूला उतार असतो तर काही वेळा दोन बाजूला उतार असतो, पण या दोन्ही परिस्थितीत उताराच्या दिशेने असलेली जी बाजू सर्वात जास्त लांब आहे त्या बाजूपासून सुरुवात करत उताराला आडवा ग्रेडेड कंटूर बांधतात. Then rock catchment. The rock catchments are the exposed rock surfaces used for collecting the runoff water in a part as a depressed area. The area of rock catchment may vary from 100 meters square to few thousand meters square. Accordingly, the dimensions of the storage tank should also be designed. The water collected in the tank can be used for domestic use or irrigation purposes. In this way, the दगडाच्या साहाय्याने बांध करून पाणी साठवणूक केली जाते आणि त्या साठवलेल्या पाण्याचा वापर घरगुती किंवा जलसिंचनासाठी उपयोग केला जातो. Then ground catchment. In this method, a large area of ground is used as catchment for runoff yield. The runoff is diverted into a storage tank where it is stored. The ground is clear from the vegetation and compacted very well. The channels are as well compacted to reduce the seepage or percolation loss, and sometimes they are also covered with gravel. Ground catchments are also called roaded catchments. This process is called runoff inducement. मोठ्या प्रमाणात जमिनीच्या पृष्ठभागाचा वापर ग्राउंड कॅचमेंट मध्ये केला जातो. Coming to the long-term runoff harvesting techniques. It is done by constructing reservoirs and big ponds in the area. The design criteria of these constructions are given below. First one is the watershed should contribute a sufficient amount of runoff. Second, there should be suitable collection site. Third, there should be provision of suitable methods for minimizing various types of water losses. Fourth one is there should also be some suitable methods for efficient utilization of the harvested water. Then the most common long-term runoff harvesting structures are, first one is the dugout ponds, second is the embankment type reservoirs. अशा प्रकारे दीर्घ कालावधीसाठी पावसाच्या पाण्याची साठवणूक करण्याच्या तंत्राचा वापर करून मोठे तळे व पाणी साठवणुकीसाठी जलाशय निर्माण केले जातात. Dugout ponds. These dugout ponds are constructed by excavating the soil from the ground surface. These ponds may be fed by groundwater or source runoff or by both. Construction of these ponds is limited to those areas which have land slope less than 4% and where water table lies within 1.5 to 2.0 meter depth from the ground surface as shown in figure. Design of pond is based on the several constraints like desired storage capacity, water depth, catchment area and amount of runoff. These type of ponds require brick lining with cement plastering to ensure maximum storage by reducing the seepage loss. अशा प्रकारे जमिनीचा पृष्ठभाग खणून तळ तयार केले जाते, त्याला डगआउट पॉन्ड म्हणतात. Embankment type reservoirs. These types of reservoirs are constructed by forming a dam or embankment on the valley or depression of the catchment area. Types of embankment type reservoirs. First one is the irrigation dam. The irrigation dams are mainly meant to store the surface water for irrigation the crops. The capacity is decided based on the amount of input water available and output water desired. Silt detention dam. The basic purpose of silt detention dam is to detain the silt load coming along with the runoff water from the catchment area and simultaneously to harvest water. Such dams are located at the lower reaches of the catchments. In this type of dam, provisions of outlet is made for taking out of the water for irrigation purpose. अशा प्रकारे दरी किंवा पाणलोट क्षेत्राच्या ठिकाणी पाण्याची साठवणूक करण्यासाठी बनवलेले बंधारे किंवा धरण तयार करण्यात येतात. Level bund. Such dams are located at the head of the valley to form the shape of a water tank or pond. The stored water in the pond is used to irrigate the area lying downstream. Then farm pond. Farm ponds are constructed for multi-purpose objectives such as for irrigation, livestock, water supply to the cattle feed, fish production, etc. The pond should have adequate capacity to meet all the requirements. The location of farm pond should be such that all requirements are easily, conveniently met. Water harvesting pond. The farm ponds can be considered as water harvesting ponds. They may be dugout or embankment type. Their capacity depends upon the size of catchment area. Runoff yield from the catchment is diverted to these ponds where it is properly stored. Percolation dam. These dams are generally constructed at the valley head without the provision of checking the percolation loss. Flood water harvesting can be defined as the collection and storage of creek flow for irrigation use. Flood water harvesting by two methods. First one is by diverting to graded bund. Runoff water is diverted to the area covered by graded bund by constructing diversion structures like diversion drains. The diverted water is used for irrigation by flooding. By second method, by check dam. In this method, the small rock or concrete check dams are constructed across the river or depression to check the flow and allowing for the infiltration into alluvium under the bed. अशा प्रकारे पुराच्या पाण्याचे जलसंधारण वरील दोन प्रकारे करण्यात येते. Next lecture we will continue the farm pond.